Hey everybody, I'm Ted from Tebex. In this tutorial we are looking at the updated Tebex wrapper for FiveM. The wrapper makes it easy to give things like items, weapons, money and cars. And this new updated version also comes with a plate changer item and a name changer item. I will not be demonstrating everything that the wrapper does. I will, however, show you the full setup of how to get this working. I got a fresh FiveM server from Zap Hosting, just like how it would be if you just ordered your server. We will then prepare that server to run our wrapper. So we will install txAdmin and make sure our server is running the ESX framework. We will then connect Tebex to our FiveM server, and then we will install the Tebex wrapper. Once everything is ready, we will configure our packages on Tebex, claim them, and see if we can redeem them in-game. Once you're at that point, I think you got a nice foundation of knowledge to build upon for your own server and web store. So this is a completely fresh server from Zap Hosting. I'm going to start the server because for txAdmin it says here, server must be started. After a few seconds, the interface is ready. So I'm going to click here. This should open up a login page. I'll just use the login information provided by Zap. We should now get the first run or setup process. So let's click on next and let's first of all give our server a name. So I will call this Tebex Academy. We have several options. I'm going to select popular recipes. So let's select ESX. It says we strongly recommend using this path. So let's keep it like this. Let's click on save. Then let's go to the recipe deployer. Let's just click next here. It should automatically give us our license key. Then let's click on run recipe. And then once this is done, we're going to connect our server to our Tebex web store. So this looks all good. Let's click on next. So after clicking next and scrolling all the way down, we're going to connect our server to our Tebex web store. I'm just going to add another line. Let's go to our Tebex dashboard. Make sure that our store type is FiveM. On the left, let's select game servers and then connect your first game server. Select the plugin. I will call this Tebex Academy. I don't have any packages at the moment, so let's click on continue. It says make sure we are running the latest version. We just set up our server, so this is the latest version. And then we need to add this to our server.cfg. And that is the file that we currently have open. So I'm going to just add this as a line. We're also going to add ensure nas_server store. And this will make sure that once we add the files for the Tebex wrapper, it will actually use those files once the server is started. So let's click on save and run server. While this is booting up, let's go to Tebex and let's see. Oh, there it is already. Let's see if it says connected. It does. Let's click on continue. Going to the FTP browser. So I'm just going to copy the information up here. Get a program like FileZilla. You can even get the link from down here. Then inside of FileZilla, we're going to fill the information up here. Click on connect. And this way we can see all the files inside of FileZilla. If we are in our main folder, we go to GTA 5, ESX Legacy, Resources. And this is where we are going to drop our folder. We're going to the GitHub for the NAS server store. Click on code and then download zip. Inside of this zip file, there's a folder called nas_server store-main. I just dragged that outside of the zip file into a random folder on my computer. I'm going to rename it and remove the -main. So it's just nas_server store. Open up FileZilla and then just drag it inside of the resources folder. One more thing we need to do is we need to prepare our database. So scrolling down, let's go to databases. We can click here on manage. And then once again, very nicely, Zap gives us all the information that we need. Again, click on the little eye to get your password. Use that to log into the page. And then we should see this. On the left, we're going to click on Zap and we should get a lot of different things. If you don't see this, there might be an issue with your server. Make sure you at least ran it once with ESX and give it time to create all the files and databases that it needs. So we clicked on Zap here. We're going to click on import, then click choose file, locate the folder for nas_server store. We go inside of the nas_server store and here we see codes.sql. Let's select that file, then just scroll down and click on import. And hopefully it says successfully imported. And now codes should be in the list as well. So we added all the files. The wrapper should be ready. So with this, let's stop our server and let's restart it and see if we get any errors. Let's start it again. Going back to the txAdmin, let's take a look at the live console while it's booting. Database server connection established. Authenticated with Tebex. That's good. Do we see NAS started resource, NAS server store? So that's all looking good. Of course, there's a whole lot of ESX stuff starting as well, but we're not expecting any errors in that. So we're just looking for Tebex and also making sure that NAS actually started. So now the next thing we need to do is we need to create some packages. On Tebex, let's go to Packages. And then in the top right, let's click on Add New and click Package. Inside of my folder on my computer, I'm going to open up the config.lua file because I'm not planning on making any changes. If you're making any changes, of course, open up the file on your server. Inside of the config.lua, we have the packages. So we have name changer package, play changer package. We can change those, but of course, we can also create our own packages. As it says here, we need to take the exact package name on Tebex. So in this case, I'm going to copy money package. On Tebex, that has to be the exact name of the package, otherwise it will not properly link and it will not work. Description, I'm going to say exactly what you get and also tell my players how to redeem it in game. For price, I'm going to set 0. And then for deliverables, I'm going to say game server commands. We then have to select what server, select that server you connected earlier, and then we're going to add a command. When the package is purchased, what do we want to happen? And this is pretty simple. All the commands are exactly the same. This is exactly what we're going to add. Let's paste that in here. I recommend copying this from the GitHub and not from the forum. These quotes are weird and they will break everything. These quotes are good. What this does is first of all recognizes what kind of command it is. It then takes the transaction ID and also what package, and it adds it to the database. A player with that transaction ID can then redeem that. It will then look at your config file, find whatever package it is, see what that package contains, and then give it to the player. Now, one more thing we need to do is we go to settings on the right, and then we say even execute if the player is offline. So let's click on create and let's test this. Let's view our web store. So I'm going to add the money package to my basket. I'm going to log in with FiveM. I am now logged in. So let's proceed, fill in my information, and then let's complete the order. This will give us our transaction ID. Let's leave this open just in case a player closes this window and didn't copy the transaction ID. They should still have access to this code inside of their email. On Zap, I'm going to copy my IP and port. Then inside of FiveM, I'm going to press F8, then type connect space, and then the information that I just copied. And this should connect us to our server, as you can see, running ESX. I'll quickly create a character and then I'll be right back. It should now be in the database. So take a look at the top right, 0, 50,200 unemployed. Let's try to redeem again. Top right, you can see we have a lot more, 2,050,200. So money working fine. Let's do one more. Let's give ourselves a weapon. So what we can do is we can clone this package and then let's take a look at our packages again. So we don't want item. Let's do weapons and let's just use this package. Using this, it should be very simple to create your own packages. So let's do weapons as the package name. I'm just going to delete this, but I'm going to leave how to claim it in game. Yes, we should give a proper description. Since this is just a demonstration, it's fine. Weapons package. The command is exactly the same. Make sure that it's set to even run if the player is offline. But if you cloned it and you've done it right before, everything should be fine. Let's click on create. And then let's do the same thing to claim this package. Let's get the weapons package and add it to our basket. Let's continue and complete our order. So we get our new transaction ID or order number. Let's see if we can get another successful purchase message. There we go. Weapons package was just purchased and inserted into the database under the redeem code and then the code. Currently don't have any weapons. Let's do redeem. Same thing, redeem with our transaction ID. Successfully redeemed a code. And now you can see we have a weapon. So one more thing I wanted to show you is how you can link it to your Discord so you get messages once a purchase has been made. I'm just going to stop the server first. Inside of our FileZilla, I'll go inside of the NAS server store folder. Inside of the server folder, I'm going to view and edit the server.lua file. And let's open this with Visual Studio Code. You can of course open this in Notepad or Notepad++. I prefer to use Visual Studio Code for these things. And then you can see at the top, Discord webhook is, and this is where we can put our webhook. Inside of our Discord server, I'm going to go to server settings. On the left, go to integrations and then click create webhook. Let's call this the Tebex wrapper and then select a channel. I'm just going to leave it in general for now. And then copy the webhook URL. Click save. Let's paste that webhook URL in here. Save the file. And then once we close this, FileZilla should automatically say, hey, the file has been changed. Do you want to upload it? Yes, we do. And now let's start the server again. So the server has booted up. I'm going to complete another order for the weapons package. And then let's wait on Discord and see if we get a message that it has been added to the database. We can see here, weapons package was just purchased and inserted into the database under the redeem code. And as you can see, it will also log to Discord. It will also send you a message once you claim it inside of the game. Hopefully this was helpful, hopefully inspiring you to create your own packages and delivering them using the Tebex wrapper. If anything is unclear, of course, there is the CFX forum and the GitHub page. Both will be linked in the video description, or feel free to leave a comment down below. Big thank you to Nas for creating this. As always, thank you for watching and good luck with your Tebex store.